What's cracking like on YouTube? This is from the neighborhood Battlefield, and I am bringing you the Week 2 episode. When I say episode, more like match of the MCL. Now, little disclaimer, the reason why we did not have a Week 1 of this match was mainly due to the fact that our opponent did not show up for the battle. He didn't show up for the Week 2 battle, so he's no longer in the league. But we got a free win over it. He had to forfeit due to not showing up. So it was a free 3-0 for us. We're currently 1-0 with a +3 differential. And our opponent this week is a man by the name of Ecstasy. This dude has something with drugs. I mean, all for him. You do you. You do you. And he's the coach of the New Orleans Pelippers. He doesn't have a logo yet, so it's used sort of the New World Order logo from the WWE. Couldn't think of anything else. But, so we have this battle, and I'll make sure to put his link in the description below once I upload this video. So make sure you watch this video now. Let me go over a quick recap of both of our teams overall. I drafted, by the way, this is the very first team matchup that we'll be using the new team of the Battlefield Torracats. So happy. So we have Infernape, who's our Z-move user, Reuniclus, Flygon, Empoleon, Ditto, Levani, Crobat, Porygon 2, Cloyster, Tyrantrum, and Tapu Koko. Now our opponents have Heatran, Pelipper, Gastrodon, Alolan Raichu, Araquanid, Pilot Wine, Thunderous Eye, Slowbro, Decidueye, Poliwrath, and Mega Scizor, and Alolan Raichu is his Z-move user. So, going into this battle, I knew pretty much, I figured he was going to bring almost all these mons, to be honest. I figured he was going to, because these were some of his biggest threats. And I should have planned more for Alolan Raichu, because I completely forgot about his Surge Surfer ability, which makes it, if he's in electric terrain, double the speed. So that sort of hurt us a little bit. But I won't go into too much about it. We'll talk about it in the battle. But I decided this week to bring a very fun set of Pokemon. It was very hard to properly plan for this guy's team. It was not easy. Let's say that. So what we decided to do was we decided to bring Infernape, Mojo Jojo with a Choice Scarf, Iron Fist, U-Turn, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Thunder Punch. Now the thing with Infernape is that he outspeeds his whole entire team with the Choice Scarf with 0 speed investment. 0 speed investment, I outspeed his whole entire team. The only thing I have to worry about is I was figuring he's going to possibly bring Pelipper, he's using the rain, and so a Choice Scarf Pelipper was going to be an issue. However, with 0 speed investment, we outspeed a max speed Pelipper with Infernape. If we're both Choice Scarf, I outspeed him by 1 point. So I made Infernape max HP, max attack, with about 8. I put 8 into speed just so I can have a little bit of speed in there, but it didn't really matter. Next, rocking Flubber the Reuniclus, holding the Tanga Berry with Magic Guard, Recover, Hidden Power Fire, Calm Mind, and Size Shock. I brought the Tanga Berry, which I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know which berry it was, but I knew there was a berry out there that makes this make bug type moves weaker. I can't remember which one it was though. Apparently it was Tanga Berry. So mainly so I can eat up a Bug Bite or a U-Turn from the like I figured he might bring Bug Bite on the Scizor, so if he brought Bug Bite against Reuniclus, I can eat up, hit him with HP Fire. Bye bye. And so next we our max HP, max defense, so that we have the defense there to eat up any physical hits, and then we start calm minding up and stuff like that. Next we brought Ducklet ? Porygon 2 realized it was supposed to be shiny, and then ended up being shiny in the battle. Unfortunately I screwed up with that. But Recover, Hidden Power Fire, Toxic, and Ice Beam. Pretty much Ice Beam and Hidden Power Fire pretty much did everything on this team except for the Heatran. The Heatran, I realized after we got into this battle, I was like, Heatran sort of walls Porygon 2 hardcore. So I was like, okay, I need Heatran to be gone before I can truly like start wearing down his team with Porygon 2. But he is the Calm, Max HP, Max Special Defense with 8 in Special Attack. Typical wall set. Next we have Open Season, the Cloyster, Focus Sash, Shell Armor, Shell Smash, Ice Beam, Hidden Power Fire, and Surf, running a max speed, max special attack modest set this week. Normally people run mixed or straight physical offensive, but I decided to run especially offensive. Because one thing I realized about this team is that I don't have a lot of dedicated special attackers besides really Tapu Koko, so I needed Reuniclus and Cloyster to sort of be the setup special attackers that I sort of needed for the team. But one Shell Smash I outspeed his whole entire team, and then I pretty much I was thinking about bringing a Signal Beam for that Alolan Raichu, but then I realized Surf outcoats him anyway, so I decided to bring Ice Beam instead so I can hit other things on this team. Like his Gastrodon or his, I should have brought HP Fire, maybe HP Grass over HP Fire, just because Surf would have done the damage against the Mega Scizor, so I could have brought HP Grass just for that Gastrodon, but that was bad planning on my part. But Ice Beam can still do a lot of damage to it since it will be neutral against him, but at least stab, so it can do a lot of damage. Next we got Rocksteady holding the Chople Berry, so we can eat up a superpower from a Scizor, or we can eat up a hit from the Poliwrath, get a D-Dance up, and then we'll have Fire Fang, Earthquake, and Head Smash able to do the damn thing against him. So we have Rocksteady there, and then we got Hit A, the Tapu Koko, Life Orb, Electric Surge, Hidden Power Fire, Thunderbolt, U-Turn, Grass Knot mainly there for the Gastrodon. I can hit Thunderbolt on pretty much everything on his team. U-turn because I didn't want to risk him bringing switching in the Gastrodon or his Pilot one they possibly had on a Volt Switch, so I decided to bring U-turn instead. But we're max speed, max special attack, timid, even though lowered attack, but U-turn really wasn't supposed to do that much damage anyways. It's just for Switch Initiative. So let's go ahead and go into this battle because it's sort of needed. So going to this battle, I decided with my Tapu Koko because I was like, I can get a U-turn off on this thing perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. And with Raichu, I was like, that was a great lead by him. And then this was when I realized, no, naturally I outspeed this thing, but I forgot about his freaking Surge, his Surge Surf or whatever it's called. So he decides to go for his Shattered Psyche, his Z move using Psychic type move, and I was like, well, goodbye Tapu Koko, because there's no way Tapu Koko's going to do it. Tapu Koko is not that bulky unless you built him to be that way, and no matter what I did, I don't think I could build enough to really live that hit. So we lost our Tapu Koko round 1, so I was like, well, that's unfortunate. And so I'm freaking out here, like I am freaking out hardcore. So I switched it into Ducklet here, and then I was like, okay, wait, I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone into Reuniclus here. I figured he was gonna Volt Switch or something. I could be perfectly fine. So I switched into Flubber, and then he goes for a T-Bolt, and this does so much damage. I was like, oh my god, this is really bad. I couldn't recover because he outspeeds me, and he would take me out. So I was like, okay. I switched back into Ducklet, and this is when I realized I should have just stayed in with Ducklet in the first place because it's not going to do anything to me. Like it does very little because I'm Eviolite and max defensive, so that does nothing. Does maybe a fifth, a little bit less than a quarter, so I was perfectly fine. And this is when I realized, oh wait, I had nothing. I went for Toxic. I don't think he could possibly stay and try to do more damage, but he goes into this thing. I was like, alright, well, I gotta switch out now. Well, I don't switch out. He goes for the Stealth Rocks, and I think I just went for the Recover. Yeah, I just went Recover so I can get my HP back. I was like, that's fine. And what sort of sucks is that I didn't bring any hazard removal, so these rocks were here to stay, and I have a Focus Sash on my Cloyster, so that's going to break real quick. So I got a Flubber, sort of like getting ready to sack off Flubber here. He goes for a Taunt, so I can't really do anything about it, like, at all. There was nothing I could have done there. So he goes for the Lava Plume. I was like, oh, alrighty then. So I'm just gonna sack off over here, get a Side Shock off, just get some sort of damage off this thing, I guess. Because I couldn't really think of anything else to do here, honestly. And I also just couldn't think of anything else to do. So we're already down. He's gonna go for another Lava Plume, and we're down 4 to 6. So I was like, this is really bad. I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I honestly told him, I was like, I might just forfeit now because there's literally nothing I can do. Like, I was freaking out. And so I go into Rocksteady here thinking, okay, I mean, he can go for an Earth Power or a Flash Cannon, but I should be able to live any hit from it. So he switches out, and then I go for a D-Dance here. I was like, thank God. So he goes into a Slowbro here. And I was like, alright, I'm just gonna get my D-Dance up here. I lost one of my walls, I lost one of my really strong hitting mons, so I was like, okay, I need to set up another Dragon Dance. Because I was like, okay, I just need to do enough damage to take this thing out. He goes for a T-Wave. I was like, come on, dude. Like, this sucks. This really sucks. And so I decided so I decided to go for head smash because I was neutral speed at this point. So my speed was half on +2, and I barely just missed taking him out. And I was like, come on, dude. So his slow roll takes out my Tyrantrum, and that pretty much was useless. So again, I'm now down 3-6, and I am so screwed, man. All I have is Infernape, Cloyster, and Porygon 2 left. So I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. So he switches out, preserving, I guess, his 6 I was like, man, this sucks. So I decided to go for the U-turn just to get some sort of damage. Hopefully kill the slow row, and then get switch initiative off, but he decided to do that, and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to switch into open season, because I don't really know what else this thing could really do to me. So at this point, I can get a Shell Smash off, and be fine. Now, he doesn't realize that by him switching out, he switched out into Heatran, I guess, to eat up some sort of, like, Ice-type move from me. Because he was expecting me to be some sort of mix attacking. But I was like, no, I'm just straight up special attacking. So, but he didn't know that yet. So he wanted to think, he was expecting to eat some sort of, and we found out that this was a roll. So I'm about to go for Surf here. And he had a lot of special defense investment in him. But he put about 96 in the speed that made it, because originally if you just moved him max special defensive, max HP, it would have been about 16.6% chance of living. But since he put 96 in the speed, he put the rest in the special defense, not so much. And so Cloyster was able to take out the Heatran very well, and he goes for the fake out, and I was like, well, that's just annoying. So now it's 3-5, and I was like, okay, I have some sort of, like, somewhat momentum here. Somewhat. But yeah, like I said, since he put in that 96 speed, it was pretty much like an 86% chance of me killing it. So the roll was in my favor. So I went for the Surf, and he goes into this thing. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. And this does a really good chunk against this thing, being +2 special attack. So he goes for the Toxic here. And I was like, okay. So does he recover here, or does he switch out? What do I do here? So I think I decided to just go for the Ice Beam just to get some sort of damage off, in case he wanted to stay in and switch out, which I'm pretty sure he switches out here into his Scizor. I think that was his play here. No, he switches out into his Slowbro. So I was like, that's fine. Ice Beam does a lot to the Slowbro, because granted, I think it is resisted, but he barely lives again. I was like, come on, Cloyster. So I'm still Toxic here, so I'm slowly losing HP. And so I decided, I think I just went for another Ice Beam in case he wants to switch out again, but he doesn't, so I kill his Slowbro. And so now it's 4-3. So I was like, okay, I'm bringing this slowly back in our favor. Slowly bringing it back in our favor. So he goes on a Raichu just to get another Fake Out off. That's pretty much all he did here, was just to try to get another Fake Out off. Fake Out. Can't speak apparently. He goes for a Fake Out, and so I'm flinched. Poison does not kill me, brings me down really low to about 3. So I was like, okay, I can get some sort of damage off on something. And I should have gone for a Surf here, but I was just fearing that Gastrodon. So if I went for Surf, this thing probably would have died, but I just went for the Ice Beam. And I did a good chunk of damage to this thing. A little less than 50%, about 45%, so it wasn't too bad, but the Toxic goes down, so that's a kill for Gastrodon. That is a kill for Gastrodon on, so now it's 2-4. 2-4. Pretty much just my Porygon 2 and my Infernape that are left. I was like, I guess special attack boost, so that was something in my favor. Something. He decides Mega Evolve here, and I think he goes for a Roost at this point. I think he just goes for a Roost here, which is a good play on his part, to be honest. It's a very good play on his part. But I have that special attack boost, and I think I went for HP Fire here, just to get a lot of damage off on this thing. A lot of damage off. So I'm okay with that. So I figured at this point he might switch out, but I still couldn't risk that. Because if he had knockout or something like that, that would have really sucked for me. So I decided to, I think, just go for the HP Fire again. But But this one, I found out that I outspeed him, and this is when the tide of turns happens for us. So I decided to go for Ice Beam, knowing I outspeed. And because I looked it up to see who has a higher base speed, and I was like, I do, okay, so I'll just go for the Ice Beam. And I get him down to a good range for another Ice Beam, because he goes for a Toxic, but misses. So at that point, that pretty much guarantees that I'm going to be able to kill his Gastrodon here. Because he did not recover. And he said that he even said that he should have recovered at that point, instead of going for the Toxic and going for Toxic at another later point. But he doesn't. So Porygon 2 was able to take out the Gastrodon just fine. So he brings in his Thor. He goes for the knockoff on my Ducklet, and that does a decent amount, but due to not being stabbed, it wasn't like a significant amount. I just go for the Ice Beam on this thing. And I think that does enough to take him out. Because I had that special attack boost from our download, so that was really cool. So Porygon 2 able to pick up another Porygon 2 picking up kills left and right today. But Bullet Punch, I am able to eat up just fine. I go for Hidden Power Fire and take out his Scizor. So that's what? 3 kills now for Porygon 2? That's crazy, because Porygon 2 is not supposed to be that bulky. At all. So he goes into his Raichu, goes for the Fake Out. And I was like, okay, at this point I knew I won. Like, because I knew I outspeed, a Flare Blitz killed at any range, and I outspeed Sun Choice Scarf. So Raichu was able to take me out. And then Infernape was able to come in for the late game win, which this is the first time Infernape really hit the field at all, except for that one turn I went for U-turn earlier. I was able to go for the flare, but he was predicting me to have some sort of Z-move user, so he thought he still had the game in the bag, so he went for a Psychic. But I was able to pick up the win with a Choice Scarf Infernape with the Flare Blitz and win the game. So definitely a good battle to my opponent. He played really, really well. Really, really well. I honestly thought I was going to lose that battle. That first turn losing of Tapu Koko, and then me just pretty much willy-nilly just throwing my Reuniclus to the fire, pun intended, with that throwing it to just sack off to the Heat Train and to the Tapu Koko. There was nothing I can do. Like, there was nothing I can do at that point. So I was like, alright, well, I honestly thought I was going to lose. I just did whatever I can to try to bring that game back, and we did. It was the comeback of the century. I don't think I ever had a game where we were down 3-6 and came back and won. Because we lost Tapu Koko, Reuniclus, and Tyrantrum really early on in the game, and then we brought it back with Cloyster, Porygon 2, both brought the game back, because Porygon 2 was able to pick up 3 kills, Cloyster picking up 2, and Infernape picking up the last one. So, like I said, go check out my opponent's side of the battle. I'll post the link in the description below. Go show him some love on this channel. Like I said, he played very well. I think it was just that Toxic missed. Like, I don't know how much the Toxic really would have mattered in the end. It might have, but it might not have, because when we got to the point where it was just Mega Scizor and Alolan Raichu left, I knew a Flare Blitz was going to kill both of those no matter what, so we were in a good position to win that game. So, thank you all for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like button down below, and next week we go against... Who do we go against? I do not. I should have looked this up before him. Next week, going against my buddy Mo. He's been to my streams a lot of times. He's a really cool guy, really good battler, so I cannot wait to battle him. So with that one, thank you all for watching this video, and we will see you all next time. Peace.